I look back on Ayodhya as a very sad day in Indian history. I have always argued that India is by culture a secular country, a multi-religious country, a tolerant country, and of course it was very sad to see this. But looking back over 20 years, I think I was right when I said at the time that this was a temporary aberration, not a demonstration of a permanent communal sickness within the country. And my belief, which I still hold, that whilst there are people who do like to spread religious hatred and create hostility between religious communities, they are very, very much in the minority in this country. I would say, first of all, that if you look at the situation now, Ayodhya is not a current issue. The Ram Mandir is not a current issue. And the BJP was in power for some 6 years, and they did not make it an issue when they were in power. I believe that the BJP has realized, or many people within the BJP have realized, that actually this communal card, this Hindu card, if you like to put it like that, does not get them many votes, or does not get them enough votes, certainly, and does not, and does put off a lot of people. It makes it difficult for them to get allies when they need allies to form governments, and they realize that what people are really after now is good governance and development, and governments which is transparent and not corrupt. And that is what people are asking for now. They are not, on the whole, I think, interested in the sort of issue like Ayodhya. Yes, I think India is much more aspirational now. Indians are much more aspirational. They want a better life. They demand from the government, they don't always get it, sadly, but they demand from the government that they should have a better life. They are less likely, therefore, to concentrate on religious issues and that sort of thing, in my view. But I do think there is a danger, and that is that I think with all this aspiration, the trouble is that if those aspirations are frustrated, then people could turn violent and could look for issues which would give rise to violence. So I do think it's very important that jobs people want to do are created more and more rapidly in this country. I think one thing is absolutely common to Godhra and to Ayodhya, and that is the total failure of the police on both occasions. And I think time and again in riot situations in this country, you saw the same in the Bombay riots after Ayodhya. The failure of the police is one of the main factors why these riots take place. And I would also say with that, that the failure to arrest people who are spreading religious hatred is something which happens all too often in this country. People are allowed to get away with spreading messages of religious hatred. But that apart, there is a big difference between Godhra and Ayodhya. And that, of course, is that Ayodhya was the culmination of a long campaign which was mishandled both by the government of the time, mishandled, the actual incident itself was mishandled in that it was allowed to happen. And one shouldn't forget that the Congress party started, Rajiv Gandhi started his election campaign in 1989 by speaking in Faizabad next to Ayodhya about Ram Raj. So there was a lot of mishandling by the government over a long period, plus the BJP and VHP's deliberate instigation of hatred of the mosque and, as a subplot, hatred of Islam. Ayodhya was, Godhra was a sudden explosion. That doesn't make it any more forgivable. But again, I think if you look at Godhra, serious though the incident was, there have not been any more incidents in Gujarat, and India has returned again to its natural secularism. I don't think it can be a normal day in that we journalists love anniversaries and love reminding people of it. And I do think there are lessons to be learnt from it, two particular ones being, as I said, making sure the policing is effective and punishing or preventing those who want to spread religious hatred, and thirdly, of course, not mixing religion with politics. I think there's lessons to be learnt, but I don't think we need to regard it as some sort of turning point in India, as some people have tried to do. I think it's an incident, a sad, important incident, but not a turning point.